Dear students, welcome back to the lecture on HTML. In last class, I explained about creation process of HTML document and execution of HTML document. Now, I would like to explain the tags which are required to develop the HTML document. See, the first one is header tag. This tag having 6 variants. See here, H question mark. Instead of question mark, I am going to substitute digits from 1 to 6. I would like to show the example for this. See, first of all, we need to open a notepad to create a web HTML document. Yes, the starting step is doc type declaration, doc type HTML and the root tag of HTML and closing tag of HTML. This is HTML element, and inside HTML element we are going to write two compartments. One is the head, this is closing of head. Inside head we are going to write a title, this is closing of title, and here this is our second program, right? Second HTML. Yes, this second HTML file is going to discuss about headings, right? Welcome to headings. This is the title, it is displaying on the web page. And coming to the body section, whatever the content you mentioned inside the body, that is displayed on the web page. This is closing of the body section. Here our objective is what? We need to display all the headings from H1 to H6. H1, my content is JNTUK Kakinada. Here this is a heading 1 close. Similarly, I am going to write heading 2. The content is same, right? Content is JNTUK Kakinada. With this example, I am going to show how H1 is displaying the content. H2, like that all the headings are, how all the headings are going to display the content. Just copy paste it. H1, H2, H3, H4, H5 and H6. This is closing of H3, closing of H4, closing of H5, closing of H6. So observe the document clearly. First, document type declaration completed. Next, root element of HTML, HTML tag, and first compartment head part, and here title is welcome to headings, and the second part is body. Inside the body we mentioned 6 tags. These 6 tags belongs to heading. Here heading is representing by using the character H, and style of the heading is representing by using a digit from 1 to 6. From 1 to 6 you may use any digit. Based on the digit, it is going to display the content, the size of the content. It is going to display the size of the content. Yes. So second step also completed. Second step is what? Creating HTML document completed. Third step is what? Save this file with the extension. See, this is a course file I created for you. Inside this I am going to create a folder. So this folder belongs to 17.8x batch. 17.8x batch executions. Right. Inside this I am going to create your file. This is your second file, right? I am going to put a title for this file, second dot. What is the extension for this file? HTML. And you need to put double quotes at the beginning of the file name and ending of the file name, and save this file as all type, all files. Save as type is all files, and save this file. Yes. Third step also completed. First step is open a notepad. Second step is write the HTML code inside the notepad. Third step is save the file with extension .html. And fourth step is what? Open that file by using any web browser. See, I am going to open this file. Where it is available? In my computer D drive. Course file folder is available. Inside the course file 2021 folder is available. Inside 2021 folder 17.8x exec folder is available. Inside this, if you observe this, with the name second, one file is created, and see what kind of file it is. It is a HTML document. It is a HTML document. It is prefixed with the browser name. Here browser name is what? Chrome. Google Chrome is the browser. What is the size of this file? 1 KB. If you write much content inside the HTML document, the size of the web page is increasing. Right. Coming to the execution. Double click on this file. Observe this. This is the output for H1, and this is the output for H2. This is output for H3. This is the output for H4, and this is output for H5, and the last one is output for H6. How many tags we utilized here? In Notepad, in our HTML document, we utilized 6, right? 6 tags. Just a minute. Yes, from tag H1 to H6. In all the tags, the content is same. If you observe this, in almost all the tags, in 6 tags, content is same. Content is what? JN2K Kakinada. But based on the tag name, the content of the web page is varying or not? Yes, based on the tag name, content of the web page is varying. Hope you understand the tags concept clearly, the heading tags concept clearly. And here we need to observe one more important point, that is the title of the HTML document. What is the title of HTML document? Welcome to headings. Observe the headings here. Heading of the web page, welcome to headings. Did you get the title or not? Yes. This is the title part of the web page, and this is the body part of the web page. Got the point? Title part is set in head part of the HTML document. Yes. And coming to the next tag. So till now what we discussed? We discussed about 6 heading tags from H1 to H6. Based on the user requirement, user is going to use which tag is suitable for his or her document. Coming to the next one, the next tag is bold, italic, underline, strikeout. To get the bold font, here we are using B tag. To get italic font, here we are using I tag. To get underline, here we are using U tag. To get a strikeout, here we are using strike. I will explain these 4 tags with a single example, right? See, now our concept is what? How to get the bold font to the text, how to get italic font to the text, how to get underline to the text, how you are arranging strikeout to the text, right? All these are heading, bold, italic, underline, strikeout, the pre-formatted tag or source code, everything. All these tags are text formatting tags. All these tags are work on text only, right? Coming to the next font, next tag. The next tag is a bold tag. Here I am going to display the same content. Bold tag bold tag character is what? Bold tag name is what? B. And here content name is same, JNTUK Kakinada. And closing tag, I already explained to you embedded tags. Embedded tag concept is what? Every opening tag should contain closing tag. Got the point? So bold is embedded tag, and body is embedded tag, heading is embedded tag, HTML is embedded tag. I will explain standalone tag later. And if I execute this file, I just saved this file and open the browser, open the file inside the browser. So just close it. Yes, file name is what? Second, if I click on this, JNTUK is appeared with a bold size. Suppose if you want to see the difference between bold and non-bold text, I will explain here. Suppose this is the bold text. I don't want to get any bold text to my content. See this, observe the difference between bold text and non-bold text. I am going to refresh it. No need to open every time. If you update a particular file, you just refresh it. You are going to get an updated content. Whatever the HTML document updated, that content is displayed on the web page if you refresh the browser. See, this is a non-bold text, normal text, and this is a bold text. Observe the difference. And these two texts are, these are two different, this content should be appeared in 2 lines. In that case, you better write here BR tag. BR indicates a break row. See this? Here we are breaking this row. Yes, this is a row, and we are breaking this row by using BR tag. BR is a tag which is used to break the row. Right. Save this file and refresh it. See, the bold content is arranged in the next line, next row, right? Yes. This is about break row tag as well as bold tag. Coming to the italic tag, if I write the same content with italic font, how it is going to appear? What is the tag name for italic? I for italic, B for bold, BR means breaking row, right? Italic. I saved this file and refresh the browser. Here we get the J&K Kakinada in which font? Italic font. Did you observe the difference between normal font, bold font, italic font? And I am going to arrange this italic font in the another row. So to get break row, to get break row break, we are using break row. And coming to the next tag, that is what? Strike right. What is the tag name? To get the strike out, strike right. Yes. Strike. And content is same. What is the content name? J&K Kakinada. And closing tag of strike. Save this file and execute it. You are going to get strike text here. Got the point? And if you want to see the output in another row, you just use BR tag here. Save this file and update it at browser. Yes, with the help of this example, what we observed is, we observed the difference between normal text, bold text, italic text and strikeout. See, and we also learned the tag names. For strikeout we are using strike tag, for italic font we are using I tag, for bold we are using B tag. Right. Coming to the next one, pre tag. Sometimes in formulas, we would like to display the text information as it easily without alignment. At that time we are going to use pre tag. I would like to show the difference between pre tag text and normal text. Just observe this example. Here I am going to copy some one paragraph here. I am going to collect HTML related information from Wikipedia. Yes. I selected some content from Wikipedia. I simply pasted that content. See, this is first paragraph, this is second paragraph, this is third paragraph, and this is fourth paragraph. And there is no proper alignment at the right side. Observe this, this is the right side, right? There is no proper alignment at right side. Simply the content is left aligned. The content is aligned in left. Did you observe this? Yes. Where this content is available? This content is available inside the body tag. Whatever the content you placed at body tag, that content is appeared on where? That content is appeared on the web page. Right. File. Save this and open the browser, the 17.8x folder. Yes. Observe this. How many paragraphs are available in the source code? Count it. Paragraph 1, paragraph 2, paragraph 3, paragraph 4. Got the point? And there is no proper alignment also in each paragraph. And go to the browser. How many paragraphs are available here? This is first paragraph and this is what? Second paragraph. Got the point? Yes. What about the remaining 3 paragraphs? All these are merged, right? So whatever the content you arranged in document, that document content may be appeared in another form in the web page. When it was appeared, if you are not using any tag, here I am going to use pre-tag. See, this is a pre-tag, and before closing the body, I am going to close the pre-tag. Observe the result carefully. Sorry. The starting is what? Hypertext markup language, and the ending is what? 1997 within the bracket 2. And open the web browser. Hypertext markup language, and the content is arranged like this. Observe this. It occupies more than a window. Got the point? This is pre-tag. Yes, if you observe this, this is the original content. See here, format word wrap is setted. Because of that reason, the content is appeared in the window size. But if you remove the word wrap, this is the original content. See, the content is arranged like this. Whatever the content is available, the same content is displaying on the web browser. So this content we arranged at the HTML document, the same format available at the web browser also. Got the point? So pre means pre-formed. We already formed that one. We are maintaining the same. We freezed it. So to get the freezed content, here we are using pre. Suppose I may set the word wrap, and here I may use p tag. P means paragraph. Before starting the paragraph, I am using p, and after every paragraph I am closing the p. Observe this carefully. And this is paragraph closing, and this is also closing of I am removing pre tag. So the last discussed tag is pre tag. Remember that one. What happened if you paste normal content? What happened if you are using pre tag? What happened if you are using p tag? Observe the difference carefully. See, whatever the paragraphs are available, those paragraphs are displaying as it is, right? Observe the first paragraph. First paragraph is what? Hypertext markup language, and it ends with JavaScript. Observe it in the browser. It begins with hypertext markup language, and this is what? JavaScript. This is first paragraph. And coming to the second paragraph, this is the second paragraph, and the content is arranged in window size or not, web page size or not? Yes, it is arranged in the window size. If it is a pre tag, the content is arranged in original format. If you are not using any tag, if you just arranged content inside the body tags, what happened? The content is overlapped, right? You can't guess the appearance of the content. So from this example, what we observed, once again I am repeating, if you are not using any tag here, the content is the appearance of the content, you can't guess the appearance of the content, you can't imagine the output of the web page. If it is a pre tag, yes, you can guess it, in which format the content is available. You are freezing that format, in the same format is appeared in the web browser. Suppose if you want to see the content paragraph by paragraph, you need to use p tag. P means paragraph, pre means pre-formed. The content is already in which form? The same form is appeared on the web page. This is the difference between p tag and pre tag. Remember here, if you are using p tag, the content is arranged in the window size itself. If you are using pre tag, there is no guarantee, the content is always appeared inside the window size, within the window size. Sometimes the content may be exceeded. Got the point? Right. This is the difference between pre tag and p tag. Yes. Coming to the next tag. Next tag is code. Sometimes we need to represent our document content in the form of code. Our document content in the form of code. At that time, we need to give a clear separation for the normal text as well as code. Suppose it may be a C program, assume like this. So suppose it may be a C program. Here I am going to collect some simple welcome to C programming example from the internet. A simple C program I am going to collect to specify the source code. Yes, I am going to copy this code . See, if I execute this file, how the output is appearing on the web page, how the web page is appearing. See, inside the body, what I mentioned here, I mentioned a C program. C program is what? A source code, right? This is a .c file, assume like this, and here I am going to refresh it. How this is appeared? See, I didn't use any tag here. Observe the difference. I didn't use any tag. Inside the body, I just copy pasted. Instead of writing like this, here I am going to use which tag? Code tag. Observe the difference carefully. If you are using code tag, the content of the web page is appearing like a source code. See, inside the body, which tag we utilize? Code tag. Save this program and execute it. Yes. Did you observe the difference? between first one and second one. If you want to see the complete line like a program structure, you need to use a break row. See, here you need to use break row. Here I am using BR. At the end of each and every row, you need to use BR tag. Yes, BR. Save this program and execute it. See, this is appeared like a program, right? And whatever the font appearing here, that shows yes, this is like a source code. This is a source code, like that it appears. Suppose I may remove code tag here. Observe the difference carefully. See, it is appearing like a normal text, right? Got the point? Did you get the difference between normal text and source code text? Yes. This example clearly shows the difference between normal text and source code text. Yes. Observe this. Refresh it. Save the file and refresh the browser. Yes, you are going to get, yes, this is the format of source code. I did a little bit mistake here, because of that reason it is appearing. Code. This is closing of code. Yes. Yes, I did a mistake here. This is what? Backward slash. Yes. Execute it. Yes. The code is appeared like a source code. This is the difference between normal text and source code text. With this example, you people able to know the difference between normal text and source. Coming to the rest of the text. Yes. TT, here TT indicates teletype text or typewriter text. If you are using TT tag, the output will appear like a teletype text. Here I would like to show this. And block quote, if you want to see the content in block quotes, you need to use block quote text, block quote tag. And if you want to see the content in small size, you need to use small tag. And there is a big tag also. I will explain it, and I will explain these three tags with a simple example. Observe the example. Which tags we are going to discuss? We are going to discuss about teletype text, block quote, and small. Yes. Go to the example. Teletype text, yes. Next one, block quote, this is closing of block quote, and the last one is small. Before going to discuss about these three tags, I would like to show the difference between normal text and the rest of the tags. Here I am going to write hello, welcome to HTML text formatting. Okay. welcome to HTML text, or welcome to HTML simply. Yes, this is the normal text, right? This is the normal text. I didn't mention anything within the teletype text, within the block quote, within the small. I am not using, simply I am not performing anything by using these tags. Simply save it. I didn't apply. When the tag is applied to the content should be appeared within the tag, then only the tag style is applying. Tag features are appearing for the content. But here I am not using any content within the tags which are mentioned by me, like teletype, block quote or small, right? Go to the browser, simply refresh it. The normal text is displaying, right? Hello, welcome to HTML. If you are using the same content inside the teletype text, to get the break row, here I am using br tag. If you refresh it, did you observe the difference between the first line and second line? The first line shows normal text and the second line shows teletype text. Got the point? So it is appearing like a typewriter kind of text, TT. And coming to the next tag, that is a block quote. I am going to arrange the same content by using block quote. Here I am going to use one more tag. The tag is what? Break row. Why? Because after displaying teletype text, hello welcome to HTML in teletype text, I need a break. I need a row break. Because of that reason, here I am using br. And go to the browser and refresh it. What I am going to see? This is what? Block quoted text. This is what? Block quoted text. Hello, welcome to HTML. Here I am going to use comments in HTML. We already discussed comments in HTML. I am going to use it. This is single line comment. Yes. The same thing I am going to apply for this one also. Sorry. Remove the break row. Yes, observe this. Here I arranged multi-line comment. See, this is a starting of the comment, and this is a ending of the first line, and this is a starting of the second line, and this is a ending of the second line. And there are only 2 lines. Suppose you may add one more line. You need to write like this. It should be appear like this. Save this one and refresh it. You will get nothing. Why? Because here you used comments. Suppose you may remove this. You may remove this. Only 2 lines are arranged in comment. And refresh it. Welcome to comments is appearing, right? That is third line, right? This is what? Welcome to comments. Third line. If you arrange in comments, if you arrange this text in comments, you are going to get like this. You are unable to see the welcome to comments. Why? Because that is not a HTML document source code. Simply, whenever browser receives this line, it identifies this part is not an HTML document. It is just explanatory part of the HTML document. Like that, browser will treat this code. This is not a code, this is explanatory part. Like that, your browser will treat. See, and here I need to explain two important points. The first point is browser to browser means all browsers are not going to execute all the tags. There may be a little bit differences. Got the point? Some tags may not be executed in some web browsers. Best browser for HTML document execution is compatible one is Internet Explorer, IE. All of you better use Internet Explorer to see the output of all the tags, to see the functionality of all the tags. And at the starting of the session I explained HTML is a case insensitive language. See, here head is mentioned in small case. I may write head in capital letters. This document may execute or not. See this? I am going to use small tag also here. Yes, here head tag is appeared with uppercase, right? Uppercase text. Save this file and refresh it. Is it working or not? Yes, it is working. Here opening tag is in uppercase and closing tag is in lowercase. Suppose the first character of the closing tag may be capital. Assume like this. From the head tag, H is capital. The rest of the characters are in lowercase. Save this file. It may execute it or not. Yes, it will be executed. See, HTML is a case insensitive language. You may write uppercase text, lowercase text or mixed case text inside the tag or as a tag name. And I would like to show the difference between small and normal text. Here I am going to use a break row, and in the earlier examples BR is in lowercase, now BR is in uppercase. Observe, is it working or not really? Yes. The first line shows normal text, the second line shows small text. Suppose I may use a big here, assume like this. Instead of a small, I am going to use a big here. Big is another tag. See, I am writing big in small. This is a closing tag, small closing tag. This is big closing tag. And after getting the small text, I would like to see big text in another row. Because of that reason, here I am using break row. And save this file and refresh it. Observe the difference between normal text, small text and big text. With this example, you will get clarity on the following tags like head tag, bold tag, italic tag, underline tag, strikeout and pre-formatted tag, source code, and the next teletype text, block code, small, etc. I will explain the remaining tags in the coming sessions. Once again, I am going to recap what we discussed in this session. Our session begins from the creation and execution of HTML document. Here I explained 4 steps which are required to create HTML file and execute HTML file. To create HTML file, we need 3 steps. Open Notepad, write HTML code, save the file. with extension HTML. And finally you need to use any browser to open that file. And this is the source code. Observe this diagram. This is source code. This part shows source code, and after executing the source code by the browser, you will get the web page. Did you get the difference between source code and web page? This one source code, after executing the browser, source code is converted into web page. And we discussed text formatting tags. In the coming session, I would like to explain the rest of the text formatting tags. Thank you for watching this video. I will share assignment link to you. Most of the assignments are in MCQs. Answer all the questions. Thank you.